Well, you know, the question I had is because certainly time itself, the billions and millions and millions of years that they talk about in these books is
it's a daunting thought. I can't imagine a million years. Could you? I can't. It's too big. I can work on 1,000 years or a few thousand years because we have history and we have some relics from those times. But when you look at these things, like this guy, this is 165 million years old. What? That I can't. It is just a number. I can't.
You'd think that would be very valuable.
Well, the thing is, they're valuable if they're limited in resources. And these things, the trilobite, the sand dollar, and the nautilus shell, the ammonite, are very common findings in digs. I also brought in some of the arrowheads from my grandmother's farm, and probably a spearhead or a hand axe. If anybody's interested to take a look at those.
How old do you think they are?
Well, there were Indian wars on my grandmother's farm in the early 1800s. We know that, so I expect that they're 150 years old.
Nothing.
Would you name this one again?
Ammonite.
And then tell me,
Ammonite.
is there any imaginary
Creature?
description by scientists of the life of that thing?
Yeah. Well, the thing
Life
is,
cycle.
we have nautiluses that exist today.
Yeah.
So their hypothesis is that they're pretty much identical. And I think it's important, that's the bushy tree again. It's important to realize that that's 100 million years old, and it looks like what we have presently, and it's found in every single layer. So if you go back, if you go back to that image where he divided it up and said, you know, mammals were here, humans were here, and you know, segmented worms were here, and you know, tubular worms were here.
That's on our handout, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, right. If you look at that, we didn't lose segmented worms; they still
I
exist.
put my name on the back.
We didn't lose tubular worms; they still exist. You may have heard of C. elegans as a wonderful study animal. And so there are many things which were down here which make it all the way up. But as you can see, there are many others which,
that's where
which are only found in this.
That's where
place.
time as an element in this is where
Time is, this is the modern age right here up top, and this is going backwards in time. So this is going to be something like, 100 million years ago. And this is going to be, 500 million years ago. Something like that. It is in your handout. Does that explain why time was so important?
I knew it was very
Yeah.
important. I was just
Yeah. Well, because
you can't change time like you can some of these other elements.
true.
Time is the one thing that sticks to
Yeah.
it. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. I think in one of the first two talks I mentioned time, and I asked you to define it. Nobody could, and I said you're on par with the smartest people in the world because nobody really knows what time is. It's something that we experience, and that's the only. And it is what allows us to experience change, motion, chemical change, and so on. And we really don't have a better definition in my mind. Next time we're going to be talking about DNA and why this corn is speckled. And I have
Indian corn, huh?
yes. I have 2 classes on DNA, so 6 and 7. The last class is basically your choice. So start thinking now about what you'd like to learn more about, things I haven't touched on. Send me an email and say, I'd like more information about this or that. And don't hesitate to send emails with questions. It's so simple for me to take some time and respond, and also to bring it up in class, because I can only cover so much, and there's so much more in the science of evolution. Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay, well, it's 11:45 almost. Why don't we call it a day?
Okay.
We don't
Thank you
want-
very much.
You don't want to leave.